Hi guys. Thanks for coming back and watching this next video. I have 10 million things in my head, and I don't know. I'm still really nervous about doing this, and I don't know. Really, I haven't picked one thing to talk about. I thought that I did, but it gets to the point where I'm recording these things, and then I'm picking them apart like crazy, and then I'm deleting them, and it's insane. Um, Well, today's a special day. It's my 7-year anniversary, and it's Saturday, January 28th, and I wanted to do this blog for the third time. I did it, got cut off, then I did it again, and I erased it because I wasn't happy with it, and here I am now at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I figured I'd take advantage of it, though. I have the whole house to myself, and so, there it goes. I figured in honor of my anniversary, maybe I would tell you a little bit about how I met Mike. Michael and I come from backgrounds that are so different. It's sometimes uncanny that we mesh together so well. Granted, we don't have the perfect relationship, but we definitely have one of the best ones that I've ever known, and it's wonderful. I met Michael. I was working at a place called Diamond's Nightclub. I actually lived across the parking lot from it in Bethlehem, here in Pennsylvania, some years ago, and he came in there with a friend of his, and he had never been to that place before, or places like it. And he walked in the room, and I kind of lost my breath a little bit. And from there on, I knew that I was going to spend my life with him. So I used to, how do I say it? I used to be good with getting what I wanted, and he was one of them, and here we are, 7 years later. It's funny, he asked me the other night, it's 7 years, is it weird in a 7-year relationship that we still like each other? It really is not common, and I guess, that's a wonderful thing, that we still like to see each other's faces every day. Yeah, so nothing much has been going on since the last blog that I did, which took me over a week to publish. I put it on YouTube. YouTube I only have for musical purposes, and I don't have really friends on there, so it just kind of lingered on YouTube for about a week before I got the courage up to publish it onto Facebook. So here I am again, back for the second one. I don't really, like I said, I'm having trouble focusing on one thing to say or one thing to talk about. I'm sure that it's going to come more natural and it's going to be easier later on. But as of right now, it's just kind of getting you familiar with who I am, and why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I want to help people. I think that is one of the best qualities to have in life, is to help people and to guide them. And I am not a guru. I'm not some expert on life, but I do know that I have been through an awful lot in my short lifetime. I'm only going to be 35 in 2 months, and so I feel that if there's something that I went through that can help one of you, or somebody that you know, then that's what I want to do. I want to share my experiences. Some of them are going to be really great and funny, and you'll probably have a couple chuckles at it, and some of them we'll probably cry together a little bit, and that will be in time, and you'll learn about those things. But my goal is that if somebody's having a tough time and they feel like they don't have anywhere to go or anywhere to turn or anyone to talk to, this is it. Like, this is what I want to do. Uh, Maybe I can help. Maybe I can help by my stories showing you that there is a brighter side, because even though life might deal a really shitty hand, if you play your cards right, things will work out. And that is a big life lesson that I've learned. I remember times where I slept in a park, drinking blackberry brandy to keep me warm, that I was introduced to by an old man named Oscar, who was also without a home at that point in his life, and that's how he kept warm. It was November, it was cold, and I remember thinking, my God, are things ever going to change? I remember being older and not being able to do the things that I felt that I had to do, because money was tight, or because time was tight, and all that stuff. And I remember at that point thinking also, are things ever going to get better? And they did. Life went on, and you need to take control of your life, and you need to grab it by the horns, and your life is important, and you have to have control of it. Don't let it control you, because I believe that's one of the worst things you can do, is lay down and let it roll over you. You can't do that. You got to go out and you got to get what you want. Those are some of the values I do instill. It's not that I try to. I do instill in my children. I try to make them understand it as fully as I do. But I do instill that in them. It's definitely something that every child needs to be brought up knowing and understanding. So here I am, and life has gone on, and all the things that I have been through that you eventually will learn about, I have survived them. Sometimes I didn't know if I was going to survive them. Sometimes I didn't know if I had another day left in me. And now, at this point in life, I look forward to the next day. Even if it's a stressful day at work, or a stressful day with anything, because we all have stress. Some of us have to take medication for it. Sometimes 2 medications. But yeah, I mean, you do things fall into a path if you make them. Life is only what you make it. There's no other option. Things don't come to you. You have to get them. And you have to learn to appreciate that, because if you don't, and you take things for granted, which we all do. I mean, I've spent many years taking stuff for granted, and we all do it. I just think that it's something not good but natural that happens with our brains. We say, oh yeah, I have this, and I do that, but you can't take it for granted. You have to embrace it, and you have to love it for what it is, and you have to raise your children that way, and you have to have them believe. I raise my children, and they have the right to believe whatever they want. I will never push anything on them. I will never push religion on them. I will never push political views on them. I will never push the things that I believe. I teach them the things that I believe, in hoping that they will grasp onto it and understand it better, maybe take it on for themselves, but it's not a must. They are their own people. They're totally different human beings than who I am, in that sense. And I couldn't be any prouder of them for the way that they have understood the things that Mike and I teach them, and the things that Mike and I, the values that we instill in them. But yeah, so I just wanted to stop by again and say thank you for the warm reception for the first blog. I'm hoping that I have a warm one for this one, and I promise you it's not going to be a long length of time for another one. As I get more comfortable with it, they'll be more frequent. I won't be as afraid, not afraid, but I won't be as self-conscious, and I won't be as nervous, and I will do them and I will post them. And as it goes on, there will be more to hear and more to learn from me. Like I said, this one and the one before, and you know, they're just things to get. So you're familiar with me. If you're not, you know, I have a lot of people, a lot of amazing friends on my Facebook page, who know a lot about me, but I do have a couple people who really don't know much about me except that except the things that I talk about on Facebook through status and posts and stuff like that, and pictures. So if you really have any ideas, if there's something you're going through, or if there's something you want to know, don't be afraid to inbox me. I will certainly be happy to answer your question or give you advice that you need. Like I said, I'm not some life expert, but I'm hoping that along the way, if something that I have been through can help one person, I have done my job in this life. And and there's no better feeling than making sure that people are happy and good and all that stuff. So thanks for stopping by again, and I hope that you will keep coming back as soon as I grow a proper set and stop being nervous about this whole crap blog thing, this whole going through them, picking them apart and deleting them. I don't even think I'm going to go through and pick this one apart. I think I'm just going to publish it. I think it'll save me a lot of pressure. Just be safe and have a great day and a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.